Hello, everybody. This is Uzma Hafiz, and welcome to all of you in the Remote Job Show. Today, I have a very special guest, Sana Choudary, with me, and I'm very thankful to her. Today, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, that is how you can earn online with the AI jobs. And thank you, Sana, for joining me. Can you please briefly introduce yourself?
Sure, and thank you for having me as well. And hello, everybody. Great to be here. I am excited about what we're going to talk about today. But yeah, real quick background on me. I lived in the US for 18 years. I've worked in a number of different industries there. And in Silicon Valley, I've worked in tech, games, consumer mobile. Most people know me from the incubator that I co founded there for gaming and SaaS companies that were selling tools to the game industry, essentially. And a couple of years ago, I wanted some geographic mobility. So I started working online. And how I started was I was teaching expert businesses how to do influencer marketing, because that is what I did in getting that incubator from zero to, the to on the map of the world, and making a million plus dollars within a year. And so that's what started teaching online. And since that time, I've consulted with all kinds of authors, travel websites, online course creators, you name it. So that's how I basically got started doing more things online. And in that process, I had to take a lot of my offline skills of influencer marketing and figure out how to do that online as well for myself and my clients. And that is what I was doing for the last several years until the whole AI explosion. And then I started doing more of what I do with more parts of the market, people who maybe could not afford the consulting income, but did have enough to do workshops and learn from me. And I started basically teaching them how to do all the things I was teaching my high-end consulting clients to do using AI. Through these different workshops. So that is what I'm doing right now, and really, really passionate about AI and how it helps us do so much of the marketing heavy lifting that otherwise would take weeks and months, right? So my last large client, what we did to get their social media strategy working was 2 months of me, the co-founder, and their designer. Now all of that can be done with just me and AI, right? Within, and not with 2 months, with a couple of hours, and not these regular like 9 hours per week of working, which is what we were doing before. So that's one of the reasons I love AI. I love how it can help people expand their capabilities and do a lot more output that they could not do otherwise.
That's lovely. Okay, Sana, as you said that you love this field AI. So moving towards it, can you tell what is the scope of AI and what are the job opportunities available right now, so that those who are watching us, they can get an idea if they want to move towards AI field. So what is its scope and
Yeah. So there is a.
what are the
I'm
skills
sorry, I
that
don't
we
know
need?
if you were done. Sorry, there was a bit of lag there, so I think I spoke over you. Are did you? I think I got your question, which is like, what is the current landscape and what are the roles that are in high demand? Is that it? Yeah. So you and I connected, I think, because I did a video answering the a question from a friend of mine who keeps telling me, teach me AI, so that I can make money using that skill. And I was like, wait, that's a very broad question. You need to focus it more. And so to help him focus, I made a quick video, which I then put on Facebook, and I think that's what you saw. And you can definitely link to that in here. And what that video is essentially looking at AI jobs in Dubai, because ज़्यादातर पाकिस्तानियों के लिए दुबई ज़्यादा accessible है as a place to go to if they want to actually work live, and also there are more remote hybrid possibilities usually with Dubai than with other countries. So that's why I did a LinkedIn search which was focused just on Dubai to give people a sense of the kinds of AI opportunities that might exist out there, right? So in terms of full-time jobs, the two that really stood out, one was that it's actually they're looking for people with AI skills. So that was AI graphic designer. So one of the things you can do using AI that I'm sure a lot of your audience knows, you can use it to generate videos, you can use it to generate images. And you do not necessarily have to be a graphic designer, but what you need to be good at is writing text prompts that help you get an output that is usable for whatever that business goal is, right? And so that's what I showed in that video real quick. And the jobs for AI graphic designers were essentially that, using AI to generate graphic design. And sometimes they also have another thing, which is what I call post-production editing and fixing, because AI से आप कभी image बनाएंगे तो बंदी के साथ उंगलियां होंगी, या something or the other weird, because AI is not necessarily perfect and realistic. So for that, you sometimes then have to do post-production editing, to fix those details, to change the background color. In the case of a lot of the people I work with, authors, sometimes जो typography होती है book covers के लिए, जिसमें book का नाम है, you need to have a different, that's something you want a human to do, right? So that human touch to what AI generates, images that AI generates, that's one kind of job, right? So either hey, generate stuff with AI, or like fix it post production, or both. So that's one kind of job. So I would call that in the AI graphic design. The other thing that stood out in that search was actually not necessarily jobs that currently in this region, like Middle Eastern region, there people are saying, hey, this is what I want an AI person for, but it is a job that AI could help you do a lot better, right? So there's a lot of content creation jobs out there, social media content creation, blog post creation, text creation, copywriting, whatnot. What AI allows you to do with the right prompts is actually to have a nice, ugly first draft. And that ugly first draft is that when the human can go in and actually make non-AI, like do that human edit, right? So for example, if you write a blog post for an author who is an expert in parenting, the AI generated blog post may be kind of dry. It covers all the points, maybe SEO optimized and whatnot. But the thing that will really help that author stand out is the personal stories, the stories of working with the clients, stories of like their own parenting stories, things that they have gotten from their experience. So the human edit part on that then is adding those stories and all those pieces back into the blog post, right? So those are the two kinds of jobs I say: AI, graphic design, and then content creation jobs. And AI can help. AI helps you generate and a lot more output and do more iterations and do that part faster. And then, of course, the combination of the two for social media, where there's the image as well as the text. So that's what stood out for full-time jobs. But then, just for the sake of this interview, I did a quick search for people who don't want to go and live in Dubai and do these jobs, and they just want to work online entirely, right? So from a freelance perspective, what are the kinds of gigs out there? And honestly, as the more I looked at it, I realized the sky's the limit. Like, a quick search showed that there are people willing to pay you to use AI to generate videos, animations, images, use AI to do any of the post-production, editing, etc. for those videos, animation, and images. There's also jobs for people who can create customer service chatbots for people's businesses. So, like, for example, I have a green wellness natural hair care brand, right? And there's certain the questions I get from my customers are usually the same, right? It's same like, how do I use the product? How do I know what's in it? Are any of the ingredients in here cancer causing? I mean, there's a list of those things. So you can actually train chatbots and create chatbots for businesses that do a lot of that first line customer service response, right? And by the way, like, even from our established on companies who are functioning online in Pakistan, some of them could really use it, right? Like, I was trying to order supplements from a healthcare pharmacy startup, which maybe I should not name on this given your audience, and for them to tell me just their number to get on WhatsApp and then look at my list and come back with answers of what the generic would be. It was a 2-3 day process. It shouldn't take that long. So if that business was to have an AI chatbot, that could have not been a 2-3 day process. At least the getting me from their Instagram to me getting onto a WhatsApp with a pharmacist could have been 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Ghanta bana do, right? If there was a chatbot answering that, rather than that business waiting for a human being to get on the Instagram, answer, and in their case, probably also check with the founders, kiska answer kya hona chahiye. All of that can be done up front. You train the chatbot into it, and that's something that people can do for businesses looking for customer service needs is what AI can help people with, and you can set it up as someone who's providing that service. Another thing, and tell me when I should stop, because I think I can just boggle people's minds with the number of things here. But there's also AI fact checking, right? So one of the things AI is famous for is hallucinating. So if you try to write a very nonfiction factual piece of thing, sometimes AI makes up facts and does it with a lot of confidence. So much so that if there is a person who's generating content, would be, like, this seems like a true thing. Should I put it out there? And so you do fact checking, right? And so AI dot fact checking is also one of the gigs that you can get out there. And by the way, there's AI to help you do that, right? There are AI tools that are way smarter in terms of the fact checking than your chat GPT or your other like well-known chatbots. And you can use a combination of that, Google search, your own intelligence, and help people fact check the content that they create or the books that they're writing or whatever it is that they have done with AI, right? Book cover illustrations, I kind of touched on this previously, but yeah, generating those, post-production editing on those, that's another job. Like really anything and everything that humans have been doing for business online or business in general for the last several years, you can add AI smartly to those processes to to generate more output, to generate better output. And that is what people are looking to hire folks for who know AI skills, right? So yeah, like marketing, product creation, customer service, people will either hire you to generate whatever is needed with AI, clean it up after that's been generated, or some combination of the two. Does that answer your question?
That's great. Yeah, you have told like if you are using any AI tool, in one of your video, you were just telling about Lexica or any other tool we are using. So the point is that they are not giving you the perfect result and you need post editing. So that's a great, highlights. You have told that there are a lot of fields on which anyone can work, like in content marketing, in pharmaceuticals related things, and there are a lot of opportunities that AI has. So my next question
I
is,
mean,
can you please share your experience about? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, honestly, like
Yes. In
there's many opportunities. What people need to think about is before AI, what were you doing, right? Like if you were doing marketing, those workflow, you are the best person to think through how to help a business um, improve their marketing using generative AI, right? And on workflow space, how can you apply AI to help businesses do something faster, better, cheaper, right? If you were doing something else, right? If you were a graphic designer, maybe you're the best person for that. If you were a video editor, maybe you're the best person for that. So that, and then if you weren't doing anything, maybe you're a fresh graduate, you haven't done anything for any businesses yet. What are you interested in that you could learn and do quite well, right? So if you're someone who's always been fascinated by video content creation, there's a whole world of video content creation with AI that you could actually work on, right? And you mentioned like AI images not generating something that looks perfect. Me and my virtual assistant, we often do AI generation for like cover featured images for my blog posts, right? My website is not open for a Pakistani audience, but I do have a website for other audiences around the world. And sometimes we give the perfect prompt, everything looks fine, but the smile, especially if there's no smile in the initial one, and I re-prompt it like, hey, make them appear smiling. It's like the teeth are extended, the smile is like this big, like it generates things that look weird, right? So sometimes I'm like, maybe I need to hire a freelancer who fix this because re-prompting it is not working. It's just not understanding it because some blip happened in the in the AI that it was not generating something that was usable, right? So yeah, and then different levels of tools, different versions of editing you would have to do, right? So that was an example. I think what was it? Not Runway, Genmo.ai is what we were using for that, and it gave us really weird expressions. Lexica was a little bit better. But yeah, there's so many. There's once you get into this, there's so many things like AI helps you with your output, but it gives you a first draft or second or third draft, or maybe 80% of the way done. And then humans are needed to make that something that is usable and will work for a business to put their name behind. Like, I certainly can't be putting out a blog post with featured images that where there's a smile this big covering the the person's face, right? So I think I might have missed your question. What was the
Okay.
question you had there?
Yes, yes, you have answered all the questions. And yesterday I was just practicing avatar making, and I was, making avatars using different online platforms. And I got an order that they want to make avatars in different like language, like they want in American language, and they just gave me their script. And I just
Mm,
wondered that by learning this simple skill, you can earn a lot. So you are saying right that if you first of all, it's important to select a niche in which you are going to work, and then see how the AI, with the help of AI, how you can work in that specific niche. That's great, Sana. And so next, I want to ask you that can you please share if somebody wants to find jobs on like LinkedIn platform? So can you share your experience? What is the process of getting job on LinkedIn? How and how much it is important to have an optimized profile on LinkedIn. So can you please guide about that?
that's a good question. I'm going to try and not pontificate because I have been, like I said, I was in the US 18 years, and my second job after college, I got it through LinkedIn actually. So let me tell you, like old school, how one would use LinkedIn pre the time of AI. So old school was one would think of, okay, what is the kind of category of jobs I want to go for, and then look through the top 3 to 5 jobs that show up for that category in the region you're looking at. Okay, is there any similarity in the skills that they're all asking for? What are those, right? So typically we would eyeball it. We'd say, okay, we'd analyze those just from job descriptions for top 3 to 5 job descriptions and say, okay, there's these 3 to 5 skills everyone's asking for, right? And so if you have those skills, great. If you don't have those skills, how can I learn it fast enough and then show people that I have those skills? Was the next question, right? So say for example, taking the AI graphic designer thing. Maybe you've never done this for another business, but you notice that they're all mentioning one AI tool or two AI tools, right? So how can you learn it fast enough? You go and log into those AI tools and prompt it for the types of things a business might need. If you don't have an idea what that business might need, go and open up their like social media and say, huh, what are they doing? They're promoting this product. If I were to do this for them, you know, on spec, what would that look like? And then just try your hand at it, right? Whether or not that business actually hires you or other business actually hire you, उन सब चीजों को फिर आपने एक portfolio में रखना है, right? You put it into a folder so that when you're actually sending out that request for an interview or whatnot, you can point them to the link of that portfolio. Okay, if I was doing this for you, ऐसी चीजें मैं बनाती हूँ. And obviously, you want to make sure that what you've made is better than the stuff that they have there. So take a look at them and what they have out there. Be like, can I improve on this? Can I improve on this 10%, 20%? What would that look like? Now let me use AI to do that, and you put that all in the portfolio, right? So that's somewhat old school, somewhat new. And then the third part of that is your outreach emails, right? So how I got that job back, a second job ever after college, is I literally found connection points with people at that company. So in that particular case, I had studied in the country that the head of marketing was from. So I used that as an angle. That was the first line of my email. Oh, you're from that country? I love it. I was there, and like just 2 lines. And of course, now the person's more likely to read the email, right? क्या आगे बोल क्या रही है? And then I had some other connection point with them, as I think we went to the same university, or they went to masters for that university. I went to bachelor's. And even if you don't have that, even if it's not, you didn't study in that country, you did not go to the same university. There's always, human beings always have points of connection. You just have to figure out what those are, right? And in a given company, there's probably a lot of different people. कोई किसी ना किसी से connection हो जाएगा. शायद कोई पाकिस्तानी है. शायद someone is into some game that you also play, right? something else. Like think about all the aspects of yourself as a human being that you connect with others on, that you make friends on, and that would be what you then include in that outreach email. Second part of that email, of course, is what you can do for them, right? What problems you can solve for them, and with some definition that shows that you've done this before, or you can actually like put a credibility they need, right? And that's like a high level overview of how it used to be done, and you can do it now. The beauty is now you can do this at scale. So instead of applying to one job after looking at 5 jobs and analyzing them and making a portfolio and whatnot, now with the beauty of AI, you can, every part of this process, you can do more of it. You can apply to more jobs, you can write more of these emails, you can give AI your initial resume and say, hey, for this particular job, what are the 2 or 3 ways in which I would stand out, phrase that into an email for me. There's so much more you can do in every part of this. Like you're applying to more jobs and you're getting more chances to actually get accepted. So I hope that helps. But to go deeper in this is like deeper into networking and actually getting that. That's something that it's a large topic. So if people in your audience are interested in that, have them comment below the video saying I'm interested in that, and I might do like a quick paid workshop showing people how to do that for different kinds of jobs. So, but yeah, let's see how many people are interested in that. If they are, then it might be something I can.
Is there any Facebook group that you are running? How, if people want to contact you, how they can?
I mean, I honestly, like, I work, my clientele are usually like authors in the US, whether they're fiction authors or nonfiction authors. So I don't have a Facebook group, but if people are interested in me teaching them more about this, just have them comment below your video saying I'm interested, and we will figure out something that could be like I said, a quick. I tend to do quick 60 to 90-minute workshops where you get a specific result at the end of it. So if the thing is like, hey, how can I use LinkedIn and AI to increase my my shots at getting a job via LinkedIn? That's a workshop I can easily do in 90 minutes, and you will have the skills to then go about doing a very smart job search strategy, and inshallah, within a few weeks or a month of doing that, land something that works for you.
Okay, that would be great. So my next question is that okay, let me see if somebody's asking question in comments. Yes, so if Sana has already told that if you want to attend her workshop, you can comment below, and you can contact her through Facebook. So my next question is
and
that
also, if you think your
someone
friends
is
need
finding out
it,
jobs on the LinkedIn, but he's the
sorry,
yes,
there's a bit of lag
yes,
here.
definitely
I'm
I'll
not that
recommend
rude
your
usually. Yeah, so like, yeah, if you would like that
yeah,
workshop,
there's
or
some
if you
internet
have
issue.
friends who you think it would be helpful for, share this video with your friends, have them comment as well. I don't know, we should set up some goal, right, Usman? We should say X number of comments and Sana will make the workshop. So what should that be? What do you think?
Yes, yes, definitely. And as you are telling the steps, that is step number one, you already told that you need to have an account on the LinkedIn, as there are many of the fresh, especially graduates, they don't have even account on LinkedIn. And then after making the account, they don't know how to make their profile and how to optimize their profile for the specific job they are searching for. And even some fresh graduates, they don't have any skills, so how they can start their work, like are there any job opportunities available for them as well, those who are fresh graduates?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you don't have any skills, like I said, do spec work. Imagine if you already had the job, what would you be doing for them? Do that and build your portfolio with that, right? So, for example, I am a fresh graduate that just graduated from a university, and I am interested in helping e-commerce businesses, like maybe Etsy stores, right? Would your audience be familiar with Etsy or Etsy? Yeah. So because actually, yeah, let's bring this home. I think Rehan did a video the other day about like handicrafts that people are making and selling out there, right? So that kind of handicraft जो आपको पाकिस्तान में शायद नुमाइश में मिलेगा, कोई unskilled तो नहीं पर non literate labor ने बनाया हो, there's a huge market in the West of, mothers at home or other people who just are really interested in crafts, making things and putting them on their Etsy store, right? So for example, if you're a fresh graduate and you just really love these kinds of handicrafts, but you notice that the ones that you really love, when you go on Etsy, उनकी sales इतने high नहीं, उनकी ratings इतने high नहीं. The things that you think, अरे ये product अच्छा है, मगर इसके sales और ratings इतने high नहीं. So what you could do then is literally go to a couple of the stores and be like, मैं अगर इनकी sales बढ़ानी, इनकी marketing बढ़ानी है, how would I do that, right? And so you would then think, okay, now if I were to do that with AI, what kind of social posts would I make with them? What would be the images there? Now let me generate for some of the products that I already have those images and those posts and just drop them into a folder on a Google Drive or a Dropbox, whatever you like, right? If I did that, I would then reach out to those stores. Hey, I love your products. I am a fresh graduate and I am passionate about social media marketing and I think I can help you with marketing. This is what I can do for you. Take a look. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. Obviously, smartly करें सारा काम उस पे watermark कर लें ताकि अगर कोई सही बंदा नहीं है वो उसी को उठा के अपने सोशल मीडिया पे ना डाल दे watermark हो आपका ये हो. So then they might hire you. If they don't hire you, someone else like them might, right? So you can use this portfolio to show it to others because there's so many of these handicraft type of businesses on Etsy. I would just keep sending that portfolio to folks. And of course, in that message that you send them, first two lines need to be those human connection points, right? Like I mentioned, same university, country, whatever. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's just your love for those type of handicrafts. Maybe it's you use them yourself. Like whatever those human connection points is, so that people don't think you spam message it. You get a lot of the cold emails often coming from people in countries like Pakistan feel like they're just those spam messages. They don't know me. हर किसी को वही cookie cutter email दे रहे हैं, like, and so you don't want to appear like that. The personal connection points make you seem more human, immediately establish a little bit more warmth and trust. They will read the rest of your message and they're more likely to see, oh, okay, this is what this person can do for me. I will hire them. Does it take work? Yes. Is it complicated? No, it's actually very simple, but it takes that work. But if you're willing to do the work, there's no reason why the people who are in the market for your types of services will not hire you.
Yes, you're saying right that if you're willing to work and if you're willing to learn, then there are a lot of opportunities available. So it's a good news that even if you are a fresh graduate or even like Sana has told that the example of selling those handicrafts, there are a lot of females, those who are not good in, freelancing, and freelancing is not for all. If somebody wants to, do something else, so that there are a lot of ideas and they can, do the work on LinkedIn as well. So if somebody, Sana, wants to search jobs through some specific companies, like how they can approach to those hiring managers on LinkedIn if they are not advertising directly their jobs on LinkedIn.
How would you approach it? You would basically send them the same kind of email, which is like connect with them as a human, share what you can do for them, do a little bit of analysis on what that company might need, even if they don't have a job description out there. And if there's a job description, that part gets easy. If there is no job description, then you would look at their company website and get a sense of what are the types of things that they're making someone do for them. Some employee is doing it, or they're hiring someone to do it, and then say, hey, this is what I can help you with. Let's jump on a 15-minute Zoom call to talk. That kind of email. So yeah, so that's at a very, very high level, like to make this more practical. Like I said, if enough people message saying that they want that kind of workshop, I think so far we've had one person say that they want it. If there's so if there's enough people, let's make it, I don't know, if 20 people message saying I would like to learn how to use LinkedIn to find remote jobs that I can help companies with, or LinkedIn, or I find online jobs that way, then we can look into me making that workshop and we'll put it out there for folks.
Okay, that's great. If somebody wants to connect with Sana, so you can do the comments below this video. Okay, as we have time over, so what is the last question? The last question I want to ask from you is that if you can give your advice to the fresh graduates and all of them, those who want to join this AI expo year, how they should start learning
Uzma, you're
and
breaking up a lot, so I
what are
actually
the
can't hear your question.
that you already told that what are the possibilities
Uh-huh.
given, but the last thing that you want to say so that we can wind up our interview.
I would say don't. I would say two things. Don't be afraid. So there's a friend of mine. He's actually Indian, but he has in the last year he was working at Salesforce, and he actually got three developers from Pakistan, um, U.S. visas, and working at Salesforce. Right, so the person who was making $10,000 a year is now making $80,000 a year over there, and he said something very
Yes,
interesting to me, which I
yes,
think
Sana, I'm
applies.
saying that if you can give your last area in AI field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the last bit I mentioned. Is that a question? No. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was telling the story. So this friend of mine helped place three Pakistani developers, and he said he's that one of the things he noticed was there was a lot of people who did not actually know anything, but they had a lot of ego, right? And so those type of people, he was like, he had majority of the people he was straying through from the our big cities had that, right? And then there were people who he said knew something, मगर वो इतने depressed थे कि ओ मैं पाकिस्तान में हूँ or blah 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 that they did not necessarily broadcast everything they knew. This guy was just very good at assessing and kind of knows the culture, so he was able to figure out who those people were, right? तो उस story के बिना पे I would say two things. One, if you don't know the stuff, do the work to show these hiring managers and these people who are looking for these jobs that you know the stuff. Show them how you can help them and demonstrate that, right? And if you are someone who does know the stuff, don't be afraid of reaching out. So that's what I would say. I think Uzma ended up dropping off. I think something was wrong with her internet. So I will close this up, guys. Oh, she's back. Okay, I'll let her close it up. No, she's gonna get. Okay, so I will close this up. Thank you everyone for joining. Hopefully this was helpful. Like I said, if you would like a session, will probably be a paid workshop, 60 to 90 minutes of how you can use things like LinkedIn, other platforms to get a remote job for yourself in that uses AI or is an AI job. Comment below this video. If I get 20 plus responses, I'm going to go ahead and make that workshop and we'll make it available to you guys. Okay. So thank you very much for your time. Lots of luck and lots of prayers to all of you. And I will see you very soon. Take care now. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.